They just sat with him. That's what they did right. But as soon as they started talking, they messed everything up. Because here's why. Because instead of comfort, they instead started offering their opinions. Instead of bringing him comfort and being there for him, they started to offer their opinions, and they arrogantly thought they knew all the answers because, listen to this, because they memorized some Bible verses, which they spoke out of context. What I love about the story of Job, this is how the book of Job begins, but it's not how it ends. Your story may look like it's in the middle of chaos and darkness, but it's not how it ends. Keep following the Lord because there's a turnaround coming. There's a change that can take place because the same man who cursed his own birth also stated this. In Job chapter 19, verse 25, he said, but as for me, listen to this, I know that my Redeemer lives. He gets to a place where he realizes that. You will too. You may not be there right now. You may feel distant from the Lord, but I promise you, keep following God, keep praying, keep seeking him. The door will be open. He will answer, he will show up, and you will see that your Redeemer still lives. He chose it. Matthew chapter 26, verse 52 states that Jesus told Peter, put away your sword. And then in verse 53 and 54, he said to Peter, don't you realize, listen to this, that I could ask my Father for thousands of angels. Now that you know that a contingent of Roman soldiers is 600 men, notice what Jesus is saying. Hey, you got 600 men here? I could ask for thousands. But technically, one angel could knock out all your men and wipe out everybody. But if I wanted to, I could ask for thousands of angels to come and to protect us. And he stated out loud that my Father would send them instantly in the moment. But then he says, but if I did, how would the scriptures be fulfilled? Now, what would you do? 600 people came to meet you, and they got weapons in their hands. What would you do? Don't act hard in church. Listen, you would hide, I would hide. Okay, I would run as fast as I could. What I love about this story, Jesus sees them coming. Jesus steps up and says, who are you looking for? They're like, Jesus of Nazareth. And he's like, well, it's your lucky day. I'm right here. And it's so cool to see that. Jesus understood. He stepped into suffering. So now physically, Job is in agony. I want you to hear this. In Job chapter 2, verse 7 and 8, it states it like this. So Satan left the Lord's presence, and he struck Job with terrible boils from his head to his foot. His entire body now is hurting. The story actually says that he would grab these little pieces of clay and just scratch himself because his body hurt so bad. His heart is broken into a million pieces. Everything's falling apart. Now his body is wasting away. This is why his wife says to him, why don't you just curse God and die? Man, everything escalated quickly. I mean, from the very beginning, he has everything. Now his wife's telling him, just curse God and die. And again, we give her a bad rep. But how would you react? What would you say out loud? If your children have passed, everything you love is gone, and now your spouse is physically in pain. What I believe she meant by that is if it would be better to die than to live through this. It would be better just for us to be dead than to have to deal with this pain on a daily basis. So just curse God and die. Maybe he'll speed up the process. Yet Job in chapter 2, verse 10 makes this profound statement. He says, what you're saying is foolish. Then he says, should we not accept the bad things? He said, should we only accept the good things from the hand of God and never the bad things? So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. Do you praise God when everything falls apart? Do you still worship Jesus when you don't understand the situation that you're in? What he's saying is that I don't understand why this is happening in my life, but I know the character of God. I know that he's good. I know that he's in control. So even in the midst of pain, I will worship him. What would you say aloud? If your children have passed, everything you love is gone, and now your spouse is physically in pain. Do you praise God when everything falls apart? Do you still worship Jesus when you don't understand the situation that you're in? What he's saying is that I don't understand why this is happening in my life, but I know the character of God. I know that he's good. I know that he's in control. So even in the midst of pain, I will worship him. Because you know what we say all the time? If God is really a good God, then he would give me good things, right? And so we talked about this last week, that we don't deserve good. Do you get that? Like, we can't demand from God, God, give me the house, give me the relationship, give me all these things. I want good in my life, and if you're a good God, you're gonna do that. No. He's God, you can't order him around. First of all, you can't demand these things from him, but Jesus made it very clear, the only one that's good is God. We mess up, we make mistakes, but everything good comes from above. So this means that a loving Father gives you good things. Why? Because he gives you good gifts. But you can't demand these things. Job understood that. I'm gonna praise God when things are good. I'm gonna still praise God when things are bad. Such faith. Like, I'm encouraged by this. I wanna act like Job in the midst of suffering.